star.
Cool Nerds Unite is on the airwaves. I'm Roderick.
Oh, yeah. Feeling the beat, baby.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Amber Marie.
And yes, we're talking about Captain Marvel, starring Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about it, Amber? What do you think about the movie?
Why are we starting off in my opinion? I feel like I'm being
Because your
attacked
opinion
on
matters as well.
No, but I feel like we're waiting for me to say something negative about it all the time, which is why we...
Are you going to say something negative about
Believe it or not, I don't have a whole lot of negative things to say.
That's good.
There are some negative things I want to say, but overall, if I had to say so, I would say that I really enjoyed Captain Marvel. It exceeded my expectations. Brie Larson exceeded my expectations because that trailer did not do her justice.
It did not. It made
At
it look
all.
very stone-faced in the
It
trailer.
did.
Super
Very
stone.
stoic and stone-faced.
Yeah, so I was surprised how much I liked her character.
She had
and
much more personality.
Yes. Well, as much personality as a Cree would allow, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
But
right,
yeah,
you know.
like, yeah, so she worked hard. She really surprised me in this movie. So she ended up being one of my favorite characters, as well as Samuel L. Jackson, who I loved. I loved his little one-liners in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mother Flarkin.
Mother Flarkin.
Oh, the Flarkin.
Spoiler alerts.
Mother
for
forgetter.
this episode.
Oh, yeah, definitely some spoiler alerts for this
We will
episode.
be
If you
discussing
have not
some-
seen
Yeah.
it, just know.
This is a spoiler-heavy podcast,
Yeah,
so you have 5,
absolutely.
4, 3, 2, 1 seconds to leave. Bye. Okay, see you later. And,
So about Nick Fury's eye.
Right, man. So
we're
you
going to start with this elephant in the
Dude,
room.
so it's like, geez, man. So this is the way that it's so anticlimactic how he loses his eye,
Because
man.
he starts the movie. Oh, he has both his eyes. So
Right.
is he gonna lose it in this movie or what?
I feel like they just got lazy and kind of forgot, like, oh, yeah, the eye thing. How do we
I
solve
think-
The cat did it.
I
Okay.
think it was
That's
lazy.
out of the bag.
Flark and scratch.
It was lazy
Flarkin.
writing. Lazy writing.
It was very lazy.
Really?
The laziest writing ever.
It was funny.
I
It was
liked it.
cute. I thought it was stupid, honestly.
You know what was weird though? I always thought about a couple things about the movie that was like, okay, so that cat was secretly an alien thing, an alien creature called a Flarkin. I'm talking about why did it when they were on the ship, it was eating the crap out of everybody, man.
Yeah.
So why didn't it do that earlier on though?
Because the plot didn't need
Wasn't
it
hungry.
to.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was,
is it hungry? Okay.
it
But
was
why did we need that cat at
it was
all,
that
though?
reveal.
Right.
But still, they asked the question, why did we even need the cat at all? Oh, because
Right.
the cat, I mean, if you eliminate the cat from the equation,
You couldn't get away.
I mean,
Yeah.
we still have a movie even without the cat. I think the whole purpose of the cat was, okay, we need to find something to do with Nick Fury's eye.
But you know what, Amber? I think with this movie, with Captain Marvel, this character in itself kind of was their version of Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Because they had that character Groot,
Yeah.
you know, from
So-
Guardians of the Galaxy. So he had this character and Captain Marvel that was kind of a scene stealer, you know.
So Goose was Groot?
Yeah.
Well, in a sense, that was their version of Groot. That's how I kind of looked at it.
Man, I gotta say when they named the cat Goose, because I looked this up because I want to say, was there some kind of like Top
Yeah.
Gun connection here? And anyone who's familiar with Top Gun was like,
Yeah.
oh no, they didn't name the cat Goose because
Yeah.
Goose, of course. Spoiler alert for this Top Gun. What that came out like 1989, 1990 something. I don't
Tom Cruise.
90s.
Goose dies, of course, in Top Gun. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, oh, they're gonna kill the cat, really? And it's like, oh, okay, cool, the cat's fine. But I looked up that in the comic books, the cat's name was originally Chewie.
Yeah. I don't know
after
why they...
Chewbacca.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was their reason of changing
Yeah,
the
but
name of the character.
So we
Disney
will-
still has the rights, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been an issue. if
That's
they
kind of
called him
weird since they
Chewie.
didn't do that, since they do have the
Well,
rights.
they probably did want to cause any
Exactly.
confusion.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people, you got die-hard Star Wars fans.
Oh, yeah, don't want to upset
Like
those.
you, Justin.
Yeah, well,
And myself.
Also for like marketing standards, you
Yeah.
know, if you look up, Chewie doll, you're gonna get, an orange cat and Chewbacca, and they're like, wait, what's this orange
It's
cat?
Chewie.
Right. Goose, the original name for Chewbacca. Wow. Yeah.
Well, instead of Chewie, they could have called it Crunchy.
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 They could have called it Crunchy instead of Chewy. I mean, that works. Or salty or sweet. Whatever.
Yeah, so I'm like, so overall, I love the movie kind of, actually, you know what I'm saying? Specifically, one part sticks out to me, man, that ridiculous combo that Nick Fury had to eat in the back of that, like when they were in that library, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Skrull gave him the hands and the knee, that final knee.
The Tekken 3-pound combo.
Yes. I was like, dude, he doing bounces and
A
everything.
3-pound Tekken combo.
He like,
Up, down, wait,
I'm
up, down, left, right, BA
Yep.
start.
Wall,
Yep.
all wall
Wow,
combos.
David.
I was like, geez, man, Nick,
Yeah.
what happened, baby? Yeah.
I think for comic book fans and moviegoers alike, they are like, well, I'm confused. That goes to show I'm very confused.
Like, I think we're all confused.
Yeah, Skrulls are the bad guy, are the good guys in this one, and the Kree are the bad guys.
Yeah, that
deceiving.
They're the
personally,
deceiving.
it was
bad
just
guys.
very confusing, as you well heard.
Perhaps
but-
there's going to be more Skrull and more Kree that are on the opposite side
Yeah.
to show how more complicated the Marvel Universe is going to be. Maybe that's something they're going to get ready for the next phase.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully.
because the Kree has allegiance, according to the Captain Marvel movie, they have allegiance to Thanos.
Yeah.
So it'd be
So,
interesting to see how
seems
that
like there's a
plays
lot
out.
of gray here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seems like
For sure.
seems like there's some gray.
Yeah, it's quite a few
Yeah.
bits of gray involved in this one.
and
for
some
sure.
purple.
Yeah. There you go. I wanted Super Skrull to be in this movie so bad,
We
dude.
talked about that
oh
earlier.
my God, man. Why
That
didn't
would
they
have been
have him?
phenomenal.
It would have
Yes.
been, but it would have taken away from Captain Marvel, I think, because it's her origin story. We have to make it
Right.
about her. So I think it was a very basic plot where, you know, she's a woman who's trying to figure out who she is. Cliched. And also, I already figured out, I want to say I figured out about 70% of the movie, like in the beginning of the movie. I already
Really?
knew Jude Law was shady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
you
jump.
did
I
say
knew
that.
something was wrong with him. I knew he couldn't
Man,
be
you
trusted.
guessed how he was going to lose his eye.
I mean, the cat serves no purpose. What else would he do except take Nick Fury's eye?
Well,
And
personally, he
story
was kind of comic relief for me,
Yeah.
actually.
That is true.
Yeah.
The
Just his whole
Adventures of
demeanor.
Goose
I
and
like Cat,
Nick
so
Fury.
everything that he did, it was kind of funny to me.
And then the tentacles came out when the plot needed him to. Like, oh, you can do that
Yeah.
now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and another reveal from Captain Marvel was the Tesseract.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
that
was
actually
cool.
that played a good role. I like
Yeah.
that because in the end, it kind of revealed that
Tesseract.
Captain Marvel is technically the birth child of the Space Stone. She is essentially.
She's gonna put a whooping on Thanos.
They,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried, and I'm a little excited to see how they handle her in the Endgame movie because she is basically like a nuclear warhead that can go toe to toe with Thanos. I would
Right,
say
I mean,
she's
that's
like the trump card.
The last scene was her just flying straight through those spaceships. Just
Right,
like,
so-
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm worried.
Which
Are
is
they going to
weird.
tone down her powers, or like what are they going to do? I don't want her to overshadow the other characters.
I mean, because at the end
I
of the
thought
day,
about that,
she
too.
shouldn't be stronger than Thanos with the gauntlet, though. Even with her power, it's like no,
There has to be some
Because her
sort of struggle.
powers come just from one Infinity
Yeah,
Stone.
one
the
Infinity
Stone.
Tesseract.
which he
Yeah.
controls now. So
Yeah.
it's like essentially she shouldn't even really have that power mastered like that. So that should be his because he controls all
Right.
space, time, and
Right.
reality with that gauntlet. So I don't really see how she would be able to beat him. She would have to. What really is what people are thinking. The fan thoughts are like that. Doctor Strange did something with that time stone when he gave it to him back in the first in the first movie.
Yeah.
That's the big fan theory that
he did
when
something
he
to the time stone?
Yeah, because you know Doctor Strange has that power to loop time and indefinity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he might have did something freaky with that stone. Because remember he said like
We're in the
there's
end
only
game, man.
one. There are like hundreds of thousands of ways that this can go, but only one of them is the way when we win.
That's
so.
interesting that
Yeah.
you're saying that because the only thing I got from that, like the only way we can win, the one possible way is for me to give him the time stone.
Basically.
I mean, I'm not saying he didn't do anything to the time stone, but it's just like in order for us to win, this has to play out like this. People have to die. It's kind of like one of those situations: kill 1,000, save 1,000,000.
Yeah.
Which is like one of those
That's
things.
kinda
Neither the many
Thanos.
outweighs the-
Yeah,
that's
I feel
kind
like
of
that's the-
Thanos mythology.
I think
His
that's
thought,
the
his
situation that
theology.
he was kind of faced with. Like,
Yeah.
look, I know this is messed up, but in order for us to win this, we kind of got to go this route. Hey, here's the time stone. That was the one possible outcome,
Man,
I
yeah.
would say.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, because kind of in a way he kind of cheated. It's like you saw the future. You just seen the future, so you know how this is already going to play out. That's
Yeah.
why you gave it to him.
But now that Thanos has the time stone, wouldn't he be able to see the future as well?
If he's a magician like how,
But he
Sword-
doesn't
you know-
have the same.
Yeah,
No,
he's not
he
the
doesn't have
Sorcerer
the
Can't use it
Supreme.
the same way.
He doesn't
Here's
have
another
the
wrench I want
same
to throw into this
knowledge.
thing.
Yeah,
He has the reality stone too. How do we know this isn't just an alternate reality that he created with the reality stone?
But see, that's what I thought. Like at the very end, I was like, okay, this is an alternate reality. And
So it's like it didn't really happen. It's just an alternate reality because we have
Exactly.
Spider-Man Far From Home. So maybe everybody just got taken to an alternate reality. I mean, that's a good time to bring X-Men into the fold.
yes,
yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like, because there's so many ways they can actually throw this because you have 6 different Infinity
Six.
Stones. So based on each Infinity Stone, you can actually come up with your own kind of theory as to what could possibly happen. The Time Stone, maybe he altered time and he did something to the Time Stone. Reality, maybe he just altered reality.
I remember we talked about this very thing for about 30 minutes. I think that's what's going to take place in this movie, because even with the trailer, guys, you see one part where Steve Rogers has a beard. I know that's kind of sounds very mundane, but it showed even Scarlet Witch look older with gray hair. So it's like, it's kind of like they're going to be like time warping in a way.
Yeah.
Jumping time back.
Oh
and
yeah,
forth.
and that really is making me. It really makes me excited, because did you guys ever read the actual Infinity Gauntlet comic books and
I
stuff
still
like
have
that?
it sitting in my house.
Oh, yeah?
It's been a
Yeah.
while since I read
Dude,
it.
so you remember how they actually beat him in the comic?
Yes, I don't want to reveal it, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I don't want to reveal either. But all I'm going to say is when you're doing time jumps, there's a being called Maestro. You know,
Yeah.
the Hulk in the future, the Hulk of the future.
Oh, white beard.
with the beard.
Yes, it's
The Hulk of the
like
future.
I think that he might make an appearance in the next movie, dude. With
I mean, they
all this
can.
I
time
hope so,
travel,
too.
man. It's
I'm
like
hoping.
They can.
You
There's
know
so
they're
many
gonna drop
possibilities
some
they can
big
take now.
big names on it, man. You got so many X-Men. You got Cable. So many time traveling
Oh
people
yeah,
that you got.
Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. Yeah, Bishop. Cable.
Yeah, there's so
man.
much they can throw in here now. It's like now that we've actually opened that window, it's like we
Yeah.
can actually bring in a ton more characters to this,
Yeah.
and it would all make
Absolutely.
sense. But
Fox
truthfully,
merger is now complete.
that sounds so deadly. The Fox merger is now complete.
Especially the way you say
Now,
it.
Spider-Man, the X-Men, and all of Marvel are one.
See, this is why I'm excited to see
We actually
Spider-Man
got the
Far From
Fantastic
Home.
Four back.
I'm really excited to see Spider-Man Far From Home just because I want to see where exactly in this time frame does this take place. And then I feel like I'll have my answer if I see Spider-Man Far From Home.
I don't know. I want to say it happens just before the incident took place, just before Infinity War took place.
Because I'm theorizing that this happened, like, this is just an alternate universe. I'm really thinking that this whole incident is all
alternate
just taking
universe.
place in alternate universes where everyone was zapped into an alternate universe where they kind of forget, what actually happened, but now they're living in a whole nother universe. I mean, you know what I'm saying? All these
Yeah.
parallel universes.
Yeah. That's what happened prior to T'Challa, Black Panther, and some of the other characters.
In a parallel universe where his sister is Black Panther and he's not.
Oh,
I mean, there's so many ways you can actually
wow.
play this. There's so many storylines
I like
you can
that
use.
theory. That sounds good. What you think, Gabby?
Well, they are making a Black Panther too, and maybe that'll be,
I'm saying if I get her as Black Panther,
that'd be awesome.
that would be very telling for me.
That's the rumor, and for a while in the comic book, she was a Black
Yeah.
Panther.
So it's like we're basically getting all the Marvel movies again, but in another
good
universe.
stuff, baby.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
Oh,
to it.
kind of like
That's
how
the
Star Trek
scenario.
has the mirror world.
Right.
I feel like that's what we're getting. Like I feel like we're releasing
Good
new Marvel movies, but they take place in an alternate reality all over
And
again.
it's going to start from Endgame, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all going to somehow come together.
Almost like a comic book theory.
Yeah, I feel like
comic book
Marvel
storyline.
Prime.
Yeah, I feel like these branched off movies are somehow gonna like sync together with Endgame, some kind
Yeah.
of way, like just subtle little Easter eggs and clues that let you know, like, okay, this is just an alternate reality, and it all ties together with the Infinity Wars.
Oh, another thing about the movie is like, okay, I've been getting a lot of mixed reviews. I've been asking a lot of people, so it meets everywhere from like the movie was good, the movie was okay,
Yeah.
to I didn't like the movie. People say they didn't like the movie because they say it didn't have enough action in it.
Oh,
I
Jesus
kind
Christ.
of right. I kind of disagree a
They
little
must have
bit.
been
There.
sleep through some
I
of
think
it.
the pacing could have been better in some places,
know-
and started a bit slow. But
How
the
much
scene was
action do people
lacking in
need?
action.
It
Yeah,
was
that's what I said.
action.
I thought that would be a little stretch for me too. Another thing is that
thought it was perfectly
Captain Marvel
balanced.
is a lesser known Marvel
Yeah.
character. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people weren't necessarily thrilled to see her out there anyway, per
Yeah.
se. But she's a necessary part to the storyline.
Right.
So
Well,
it's one of those things where you really
yeah.
can't avoid this character. And I like what they did with her overall. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
did,
I'm
too.
on the yay side.
She
not
came
the
out
nay.
at a very good time, I think. So socioeconomically
Yeah.
and politically,
absolutely.
she came out at a perfect time because March is Women's Month.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And considering the time period, our climate right now, it's perfect for her
Yeah.
for women everywhere to have a superhero character like this. And plus, she's the first female Marvel character to get her own movie.
Yeah.
So that's really telling about something. Like,
Yeah.
what I really liked about the movie is that it was so aware of itself. It
Yeah.
knew its audience. It knew what it was trying to say without shoving it in your face. Because one thing I think I've noted, like, well, she's a fighter jet pilot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Women couldn't fly fighter jets solo until like the 1990s. So that's very telling on its own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember reading that.
And the true villain, I would say, in this whole movie was gaslighting. I think a lot of women go through this where in order to be part of the boys club, we always have to prove ourselves.
You have to
Always.
control your emotions.
Yeah, we always have to like say if we wanted, I mean, no offense to Phil, because Phil's my dog. But I'm just saying, like,
Oh, Lord.
you find out that this girl plays Smash Brothers. It's like, wait a minute, you play Smash?
Oh yeah.
I'm a competitive Smash player. So you find out that a girl plays Smash, it's almost like, I mean, like I said, no offense to Phil, but it's almost like now you got to take that extra step to like really prove yourself to that you can hang with the boys and be one of the boys.
Yeah, because at this point I had doubt about her. I was like, well, wait a minute now.
But see, that's the thing. That's the whole thing that I saw with Captain Marvel, where, you know, Carol Danvers was always trying to pick herself up and always trying to live up to everyone else's expectations. But all that came full circle at the very end where she finally just let go of all that and she became Captain Marvel. She basically turned Super Saiyan and just wrecked everyone. And then the final scene, which I absolutely loved, and I'm so glad they did this, Jude Law called her out, challenged her to a fight, and she said, nope, I'm going to Indiana Jones this, and she just blasted him.
Yes, I have
Boom.
nothing to prove.
Right, I have nothing to prove to
Go
you.
home.
It just all came full circle because that's what she's been doing her whole life, just trying to like really measure up to these expectations and try to be one of the guys and just be the very best. And in the end, the whole message was, look, I don't have to live up to anyone else's expectations but my own. I know who I am. I'm bad. I am the birth child of the Space Stone. Whatevs.
Right, exactly. Like, and also there were some things in the movie that did not quite make sense to me.
Here we go.
First set of things, the fact that she got away from her captors on 4 different occasions. Like, okay, the first time the plane crashes, so her trainer gets out and was going to shoot her. She's already knocked out on the ground. The other cadet he had with him, like, can I take the shot? No. She could have been gone there. Next time they catch her, she's hung upside down.
Yeah.
They let her go. Somehow she manages to escape there.
See.
Next time they catch her, now not only do they catch her, but she is confronted by the source of her power in that being that she had.
Yeah.
And still
And
didn't
she
kill her.
manages to overcome the source of her power.
And they let her power up.
Yes.
They let her power up. You could have killed her then. You let her power up.
And blow everybody away after that. Like, they're like watching her like, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? She's starting to glow. You know, I don't know what we do now. Where's the boss?
See, that goes back to villains doing stupid stuff for the sake of plot.
But they weren't necessarily. I mean, we thought they were villains, but that were the scroll that they captured
Right.
the second
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
maybe there was some kind of we want to keep her here, but we don't want.
But they kind of needed her too, didn't they?
Yeah. So
They kind of need her.
They needed
but
her
I
power.
think it's going to be some twisting in the plot for the next one.
But still, it's like, villains doing stupid
Yeah,
things for the
just-
sake of plot. Like, I mean,
I'm
truly,
going to explain to you my whole plan.
Everything. Everything.
like, you sure don't want to shoot him? Like, no, I'm just
be
going
known.
to turn away and assume that everything went according to plan. What?
Exactly.
But yeah, villains doing stupid things for the sake of plot. I hate it. But truthfully, if villains actually did what they said they were going to do, we would have no movie.
Yeah, that's true.
We wouldn't
That's
have a
true.
movie if they didn't do something that was.
Or it could make the writers have to be way more creative.
They do have to be
And
creative.
they
They have to
actually
actually think.
find nice new ways of writing stories that don't involve these big loopholes where they can just basically let
Yeah, that's
People
true.
doing
Main
stupid
character get away.
things for the
That's
sake of
true.
stupidity. And, like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like,
But
I don't.
overall, I really liked the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, overall,
I
yes,
thought-
absolutely.
They didn't give her a love interest.
Yes.
You know, they
Yeah.
focused
Thank
more.
God there was no love in
Yeah.
it. I was afraid
Focused
Jude Law
on
was going to
her.
be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was afraid Jude Law was gonna be me because they do that with a lot of heroine characters, man. It's like sometimes they just kind of do the same,
She needs a partner.
right? Because
Yeah.
she's not good enough by herself.
She needs a
right?
man to motivate
Yeah.
her to be the very best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It
No.
doesn't make sense. And
She
it's
has her
just
best
not-
friend, and she has her best friend's kid, and we're all chilling. She helped raise her best friend's daughter. Like, she's became her auntie, and which is so cute. It's the
Yeah.
cutest thing ever. So yeah,
Lieutenant Trouble.
I know Lieutenant Trouble, who was okay.
Yeah.
Which I feel is going to be eventually Captain Marvel, eventually down the road.
Oh,
You'll
pass the
see.
torch.
Yeah, pass the torch.
I bestow my powers onto you, Little Trouble, Captain Trouble.
Well, she did give her let her keep the jacket, right? No, she gave the jacket back. Right?
I thought it was weird that she knew how to work the thing to change her suit.
Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, here's
I
my
thought
little
about that, too.
touchpad."
Just
And
touch it, and I can change the colors on your suit. Okay, she knew how to work that thing really quick.
you know.
It's like
yeah, I
it's like
thought
an
about
iPad.
that too.
Oh yeah, and actually, as a testament to the movie, the movie is actually the sixth biggest movie that has opened since 2002.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, $456 million on opening, man.
Once again, that's a point for Marvel. DC, we're looking at you, Shazam.
Starring
hello.
a heroine character, nonetheless. That is
As of
a big
today,
deal.
it's $910 million.
Oh
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's going to hit that billion mark. It's
Oh,
a
it's
matter
going
to.
of when,
yes,
not
man.
if.
And it's
No,
only
it's
been
going
out for
to.
like a month and a half, maybe. Month, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Close
yeah.
to month.
I'm happy to see that they're actually, diving deeper into this Marvel universe. I like that we're seeing more women as superheroes because we have so very little of them. Wonder Woman
Right.
was great. I like
Right.
Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I want to see more. I want to see a whole lot more. I would like to see a She-Hulk movie.
I want to see a She-Hulk
I was
movie.
getting ready to say
but
that.
me and Amber were talking about this earlier, and I was just like, dude, if you're gonna make these female heroine characters, start making them actually like how a female heroine character would be. Like they need to be bigger than these little supermodels.
Right, She-Hulk needs to be She-Hulk.
She-Hulk needs to be a bodybuilder, almost like a bodybuilder chick who's tall. You know what I'm saying? It's like She-Hulk was not a small,
No,
thin
she
woman
has to be a
in no
beast.
way, shape, or form.
Yeah, in the comic books, she was at one time Iron Man, Tony Stark's love interest. too.
I remember that.
Very
Hey, Tony Stark don't discriminate.
He sure doesn't. Like the Captain Kirk of
Right, I want to say that.
Marvel.
He likes
None of them
Series.
Klingon
I'm not sure if
women.
this Jean movie coming up.
Oh, yeah,
Dark
Jean
Phoenix.
Grey with Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Sophie, Sophie Turner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a little excited to see it because it looks like they're actually going to follow the comic book storyline of the Dark Phoenix saga.
And you know what
This
might
time.
be, and you know what might be even more funny, because at the end of that movie, there might be a link to the new Avengers movie. You know,
I'm saying they can actually tie all this stuff
might
together.
be.
That's probably why
Yeah,
they're
'cause
doing it.
especially with
I'm
Dark
not looking
Phoenix.
forward to seeing it actually because it doesn't have the Shi'ar Empire. It doesn't have
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, the Shi'ar
Gladiator.
Yep, the Shi'ar
have
Empire.
all this intergalactic.
Well, they could
drama
branch
in it.
off into. I mean, this is sort of the
Yeah.
introduction to the Dark Phoenix,
Yeah.
and from
Yeah.
what I've seen, it looks like we're actually
feel
dealing
like
with the
that's-
Phoenix Force and not
Uh-huh.
some freaking mental breakdown that Jean
Okay.
has. So
Yeah. And then
that was
I feel like
stupid.
that's gonna
Oh,
end
yeah.
up leading. That's gonna end up leading to a showdown between Phoenix and Galactus. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
With the, yeah, you know.
But she's one of those super powerful entities too. She's like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to know right now who's gonna win in a fight, Captain Marvel or Dark Phoenix?
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Dark Phoenix. What? Dark
Whoa.
Phoenix.
I mean, you got
Captain
two
Dark
basically
Phoenix.
cosmic entities:
Dark-
the power of the Phoenix Force and and Captain Marvel, who embraces the power of one of the Infinity Stones. They're both basically cosmic heroes.
Like Dark
I think
Phoenix can't
Captain
be
Marvel.
killed though. Captain Marvel can. Dark Phoenix is literally like an immortal. She's not an actual being in itself. She takes over host bodies, you know what I'm saying?
True.
And controls them.
So yeah, she is.
So
okay.
it's like you can't kill her. You can kill Captain Marvel. Matter of fact,
We want to know from you at home, guys, who's gonna win, Captain Marvel or Dark Phoenix? Send us your emails.
he's like, I'm a Marvel fan.
I don't know.
Marvel.
My money's honestly.
All I'm saying
I want to
is
say Dark Phoenix.
Dark
honestly,
Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
after
man.
reading the comics and just
Yes.
following it
Dark
for so
Phoenix
long.
is so
How you weigh
strong,
in?
dude.
I've actually,
Pick your
I'm not
poison.
as
No pressure. No pressure.
I haven't read the comics. I'm only
Just pick one.
only familiar with the films.
Just pick one based on the film. Just pick
You know,
one.
I'm just gonna go out there and say I'm just gonna go with Captain Marvel. You know what?
There you go.
Yeah.
You like the blondes? You like blondes?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's like he likes blondes.
Yeah, I would have said Dark Phoenix too. Just kind of like what Phil said.
Yeah,
like, yeah, she's
man.
more of a cosmic entity that inhabits
Dude,
the
Yeah.
host
she's
bodies.
like stronger than the Silver Surfer. She's on almost equal terms with Galactus. It's like, you know, and Galactus eats planets, by the way. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
So I'm like,
he
you
eats
know,
planets like they're Cheerios.
The purple planet eater.
yeah,
Yeah.
who can turn his body into dust, into
that-
dust molecules.
if
He
they
don't even
have-
have to be a corporeal being. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous.
I wonder if they would make a YouTube death battle of that though. Dark Phoenix versus Captain
would
Marvel.
be
I would
interesting.
watch that. I want to see how that would play out. I really want to see who would win that
Exactly.
fight.
That would be a
Because
sweet death battle.
I honestly, I feel like it would be close.
Hit up the guys from Screw Attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I really like.
Screw
I
Attack,
really just
if
want to
you're
see how that would
listening,
play out.
Make it happen.
I feel like it would be close, but I'll give it to Dark Phoenix just by a hair because I feel like it would be like an epic battle. But I feel like Dark Phoenix would probably win out from
I
that.
think so. This one, they're making way too much money off this series,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
for it to
Oh,
die
yeah.
off like that. It's like I'm just like, okay, so after Thanos, you're gonna have to go to some other big character that's gonna have to be a
Galactus?
community, either Galactus, Dark Phoenix, or if you really want to get freaky and you actually introduce like the other part of the Marvel characters, like with the Fantastic Four, you could put
Oh,
Onslaught
yeah.
in there.
They need to make a decent
Onslaught.
Fantastic
Oh,
Four
yeah,
movie.
man.
That's for sure.
But that will incorporate the X-Men too.
I'm saying the,
Oh, that'd
if-
be
That's
the
what I'm saying. That
possibilities
would
are
be one.
endless now.
That movie would be amazing.
That'd be wonderful.
Maybe there's a reason why they bought, they bought X-Men so fast because they know it's coming.
Oh yeah, man.
Maybe this is what they're
yeah.
planning the whole time, and we
I
just
am
don't know.
so waiting on that
So
one.
once Phase 4 starts, that's going to be the introduction of the Fox characters.
Maybe that's what all these
alongside-
movies are
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out. They're all going to tie together some kind of way.
You
Yeah,
got the
Spider-Man's
Eternals
coming back.
too. Eternals is going to be a part of it because what they said, rumored that what they want to do now is like a series of like space type movies, like intergalactic woven
They
storylines.
sure can.
Yeah.
So
They surely
very,
can.
very, very similar to how, like, if you ever play like the X-Men Legends, like they had like X-Men Legends. That was what their storyline was based off of.
yeah.
Like, because in 2, it goes off into the Shi'ar Empire, Apocalypse, and things of that
I
nature.
gotta go back through all my stuff. Give me nostalgia right now.
Oh man, oh yeah, man. I loved Marvel, man. That was my thing. That was my jam, dude.
Okay, I gotta ask a question. You
Go ahead.
cannot mention Captain Marvel, this movie anyway, without mentioning that awesome opening title sequence.
Oh yeah.
That tribute to Stan Lee.
Yes, they needed it, man.
I wasn't ready for
Yes.
that. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah,
I cried and I wasn't ready
did
for that.
cry.
Right.
I cried.
Had
I didn't even know what I was watching,
That
so I was
one
like-
tear fall
It's like
down.
I knew there was going to be some type of Stan Lee.
I wasn't expecting
Nah,
that
more
though.
so
It's
than-
like
yeah.
it
Of
took me a
course.
minute to realize what the Flash. Those are Stan. Oh,
Yeah,
you jerks!
all of his
Yeah,
cameos.
Oh my god!
All the-
And then he was rehearsing in the bus. I think it's one of his first lines. Do you guys think this is his last cameo? Because it's rumored that he might have one final cameo and one more somewhere. It's almost like a Where's Waldo situation. Like, where's he gonna pop up? Where's he
There's
gonna pop
one
up?
more.
Yeah, he got to have one more. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they got a couple of them. Actually, you know, they probably took a couple takes of them. They did the good old Michael Jackson. Well, let's get some recordings going. After he's gone, let's drop him out.
Yeah,
So here's another question: who's gonna do the cameos now?
Like,
yeah, Deadpool.
Give it to Deadpool.
Deadpool.
So out of place. Like I could just see him like coming up at the end of Infinity War's Endgame and like,
I'm here, guys. I made it.
oh, you mean you beat him already? Darn it!
what? See, Cable, I told you we were late.
I could just see him just coming at right at the end credits or something like that. Like, yeah, we finally made it to the party. Wait,
Oh yeah, man.
darn it, Cable!
Exactly.
Maximum effort.
We're gonna have him as the cameo, making all his spoof appearances now in every
But it
movie.
works for the character since he's a fourth wall breaker anyway. So
Yeah,
he
he
can
is,
actually
man.
jump in from universe to universe because that's Deadpool.
Oh, I would love to see Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I can't wait for it. I hope that happens. I really want that to happen.
Yeah. Well, one more thing that we just have to bring about when talking about the film Captain Marvel is this soundtrack was fantastic.
yeah.
Great shout outs
Nostalgia.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
The
yeah.
soundtrack
Man.
was dope.
It reminded me how old I was.
We had Salt and Pepper, Garbage, REM, TLC, No Doubt.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. Dude,
Hole.
they got so much nostalgia in that movie. Like the fact that they were in the Blockbuster, dude. And all those
Oh my God, the
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
movies they were
Yeah, there
picking
was
up.
like a Babe poster,
Yes,
book, VHS.
Yes,
I remember
man.
renting
I was just
Babe.
like, wow, dude. I was like, these guys took it back, man.
Yeah, they did.
90s.
Do you feel like it was a
90s
little
for-
too in your face sometimes? Like they were really trying to force you to
Like
realize
this is
that-
1995.
Yeah, I feel like it was cool, but I feel like sometimes they were like really just shoving it in your face a little bit.
It was a little gratuitous at times.
Like, okay, Blockbuster, cool.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, after that, it's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's like we get it. It's the 90s.
Yeah.
the high waisted pants and all of that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, I was like, yep, 90s style, baby.
Yeah, I just felt like it was cool that they addressed that, oh, okay, this is the 90s, but at the same time, it was like, okay, I feel like you're just shoving it in my face a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Just a little
It's-
bit.
Just a little bit too much.
It is very interesting, though, seeing a film that takes place in 1995 as a period film.
We are now period pieces.
Like the 90s
Yeah.
is now like, oh, this is
A period.
A concrete squad for Fantastic Four, because they didn't have like 3 different
They
squads.
butchered that so
man.
bad.
Dude, you didn't have Michael B. Jordan be Johnny Storm and everything, and I'm just like, come on, man, you just pulling out A-listers just to
Like,
see if it works.
You
It
guys didn't even try, honestly.
I'm gonna tell you, the movie was so bad. I was watching the movie, and in between, they're getting ready to fight Dr. Doom. It just stopped. I was like, man, this is weird. And I kept trying to press play, and it would not play. I was
Wait,
like,
what were you playing it on? I'm confused. What
it was a Blu-ray. It was
Oh,
a Blu-ray.
okay,
And I
you
was
said it like you had to stop
wow,
and then
is
play.
this telling me I should be watching the rest of this? It
It's a sign that said you
it
probably
was weird.
stopped.
It scared me, and then I laughed.
So was it just a Blu-ray malfunctioning or the
I think it was a sign from someone telling me don't watch it no more.
Stan-
It was just
Stop
a
watching
sign.
this
Stanley's
movie.
ghost
It scared
infected
me.
your Blu-ray and was like, no.
I'm trying to
It
save your
scared
eyes.
me
This
so
is
bad.
trash.
I told Tarver about it. Tarver just started laughing. He didn't believe me, but it was true. It stopped.
That was
I'm like,
the man.
It's a sign from the
trying to
universe
tell
that you
you,
probably
like,
should have finished it.
He said,
I wish I hadn't finished
he said,
it.
If you want your life to,
you hadn't
if you
finished
want
it.
your
Yes, I
life to be
finished it.
successful, turn this off now.
If you value your eye sockets, you
Which
will turn
brings
away.
me to what do you guys hope for the next Captain Marvel movie? What do you think?
The next Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Super Scroll to be in the movie.
Super Scroll.
That actually could work as a
Absolutely.
villain now.
We've been talking about that for
Dude, man.
Yeah.
He is too ridiculous. A scroll with the power of all the Fantastic Four
Yeah.
members, man. It's like, come on, dude. Like
So-
you.
Oh, so are we talking like Captain Marvel as in the next where it's another Captain Marvel movie? or the
yeah.
next
They
movie
talking about
where
doing
she's
some
in it?
more.
Oh, okay.
Of
Yeah.
course, man. They're gonna bleed this. You know, there's another
Yeah.
Doctor Strange movie gonna come out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's all
Another
connecting.
Black
It's all coming
Panther.
together.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna.
have. This is where they're about to start the second reboots. You know, the second parts of every
Yeah.
one of the series
Yeah.
like that for real. Like there's gonna be another Hulk movie. They got
Planet Hulk.
Yeah, man. They got another Hulk movie coming out. They
Yeah,
got
Mark
Doctor
Ruffalo.
Strange. Yeah, man. They got a lot of good stuff.
So is
coming.
Hulk really gonna come out next
Wait
movie?
a minute.
Yeah, is he really gonna
You
come
say
out? this
come
next
out.
No,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean I was
remember-
joking that they didn't have the budget to put in Hulk because they donated all that CGI
But the
and
way you
everything
said
else.
it sounded like you were saying something else.
I mean, he is coming out.
Right.
He has to come out.
I'm like, really? Because remember in the last Avengers movie, he didn't even come out. He
Right,
was like,
Thanos beat him
I
so
need you-
bad.
I need you out, man. No, it's like what?
Thanos beat him so bad the
What do you
CGI
mean,
department
no?
couldn't pay for his screen time anymore.
Wow.
Which really makes me wonder. I'm like, okay, so what's the real reason he didn't come out now? It's
CGI
like,
couldn't fit the budget.
Well, they're
Deadpool's
trying
gonna
to
come out and break the wall and explain that.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Hulk, we couldn't put you in the last
Well,
one.
they're trying to say that he's going to merge with
the Hulkbuster.
Bruce Banner and become the intelligent Hulk.
The
Oh,
intelligent
it's synchronized. They're gonna venom this.
One.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
The Venom synchronization. Oh, that's another thing.
We are
I
Hulk.
can't wait for them to go further in the Spider-Man universe and start showing like Carnage.
Oh,
And-
that's definitely gonna
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
Dude, Carnage ain't even been in any of the movies for real. He's
Well,
not
they
been
did.
in-
He did have that cameo at the end of Venom. Well,
Yeah.
what was it? Cletus Cassidy. He
Yeah.
said there was
Yeah.
going to be Carnage. Hint, hint.
Uh-huh.
He's
But we
gonna-
need him because I'm like, they need to be Carnage in there. And then, like if they really go forward into like the Spider-Man 2099 type series, man, you know what I'm saying? Where you get the Toxin, you know what I'm saying? That's
Oh,
the
Toxin and Anti Venom.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
man. All those guys. I was like, dude,
I would like them to
I
get
want
tied in.
more. I want more.
I would like them to tie in with Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man, but it's going to be kind of difficult because you got Venom and then Carnage is just crazy. So I'm really trying to figure out how they're going to balance that because Carnage is brutal.
Yeah, man.
So how do you make a rated R character PG-13 or PG? I don't know. It's
Yeah,
I feel like
because
it's one of those
he
tricky
does
things.
a lot of he does a lot of blood based stuff and stuff. Like he makes axes out of his blood based slime and
Yeah,
all
it's
that
like
stuff,
it's-
man.
Oh yeah.
It's a
He
little.
decapitates people. He does a lot of really messed up
Yeah, I
stuff.
would like to
folks,
see
man.
them in the Spider-Man Tom Holland universe, but I don't know how we're gonna do that because even when I saw the Venom movie, they said in association with,
Yeah.
so meaning like you're not really with them yet, but we like to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of, so I don't know.
We're working on it.
We're working on it because
Right,
I remember
right.
watching that in
We're
the
still
credits.
Marvel. We're just not.
Right, but we're not Marvel yet. We're in
We're
association
working
with
on
them. Like we had the meetings, we established, we crossed the I's and dotted the T's and all that stuff, but we're not there yet.
We're not quite.
Yeah.
Like
we
our
just gotta
paychecks
get
come
that
from
money.
the same
Yeah.
place, but
Yeah, but they're really gonna have to like downplay Venom and downplay Carnage if they're gonna bring him into the Spider-Man universe.
That would be dope. They need to bring him in there. They need to get She-Hulk in there for sure.
Oh,
like
yeah.
She-Hulk is definitely another female.
The Avengers Endgame movie.
That's a hard question.
I want her to not steamroll through everybody
True
Okay.
because that would be really whack.
and boring.
It's like and
She
totally
is-
not true to her power base. It's like you can't just steamroll. She's powerful, but you can't steamroll
Yeah.
everybody.
at
man.
the end of the movie, she did seem a bit OP.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man.
They got to tone that down just about three
And-
notches. Turn it down 3
And
notches.
if they don't tone it down though, they need at least to have more exposition as to what exactly her superpower is.
They do need to
Because
clarify
all they
that.
said was
Yeah.
photon
Yeah.
blast. So
Yeah.
we
Right.
don't know if
Yeah.
it's like, does her whole body then become active photon blast?
She does have an alter ego that's almost similar to Dark Phoenix.
Binary.
Yeah, binary. Captain Marvel. So that's like her ultimate prime. That's like
Super
her
Saiyan.
her Super Saiyan level 3 form.
Yeah,
And then-
almost similar to who else you mentioned? Dark Phoenix.
So imagine. Okay, so revise my last question: binary Carol Danvers versus
Yes.
Dark Phoenix.
Binary Carol Danvers.
See, I feel like we don't know enough about the MCU's version of Captain Marvel.
Yeah, because that's the big thing. I'm like, what can she do? Because I'm like, Dark Phoenix basically can like blink people out of existence.
She could.
So
Yeah.
she can blink you out of
She's the
existence.
reality
So
stone
that's
while
why I'm-
Captain Marvel is the space stone.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, that's what I was
Good
saying.
point.
So I was like,
Very good point.
I'm like,
Yeah,
Dark
reality
Phoenix
versus
Dark Phoenix
space.
is like one of those uncheckable forces. Like you
Yeah.
really can't really mess with her like that. So
Don't
Yeah.
mess with reality.
you know what I'm saying? Unless you like Thanos with that gauntlet, now then you have a chance there. You know, or you're Galactus or somebody.
that's
So I
basically
really am curious. I really want to see Captain Marvel shine in the next movie, but I don't want her to outshine all of the other heroes on some like, gee, she just gets to steamroll everyone. That's not cool. You know, and then also she gets to steamroll everyone without her powers even being fully explained. That's also not
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we do need some clarification on what her powers are and what her limitations are
Yes.
too. Because
Because,
I don't
like-
care how overpowered you are, everybody needs some sort of limitation.
Everyone needs a kryptonite.
Everybody needs a kryptonite, even if you're
And-
Superman and your kryptonite is kryptonite, which is whack.
And then, because you know, she's supposedly going at the end of the movie. She says she's going back to destroy the source of the power back at the Kree world. So,
Yeah.
which is like, so does that? You know,
That remains to be seen. I don't know if that's
I was like,
really ultimately going to take place. It's going to come near close to it, but it's going to take some time for it, which she's going to need some help. So we'll
But
see
she
how
gonna be
that-
with the other Avengers. She met up with Cap, you know, saw at the end of the
Yeah.
movie, met up with Cap, Black Widow,
I think
Thor's
this is gonna
still
be it
there.
for him.
I will
though.
say what I don't want, what I absolutely don't want, and this has been going around the internet too. Thor and Carol Danvers. Don't make that happen.
No.
Oh, like
Please
a
don't.
relationship?
Yeah, please don't
Yeah,
make that
no.
happen. Please don't, because people
Pass.
ever since they saw that the new Infinity Endgame trailer of Thor and Carol, it was like, no, please don't make this happen.
No, they've been they've been speculating.
People have been saying like that's gonna. Please don't make that happen. Just
that's
don't.
horrible.
Like she does so well on her own. I mean, I can see them being like friends. Like super best buddies, the super best friends. But please don't
The
make
super
each
best
other
friends.
right. Don't make them each other's love interests because that would just totally demean both characters. Like just let's be best bros. We're best bros.
Yeah.
We throwing them lightnings and them photon blasts
have
around.
Best bros.
and have great respect for one another.
Yeah, that's all.
about it,
And that's
yeah.
basically who Thor is. Like I love
Yeah.
women in a respectful, non-threatening sort of way.
I mean, keep in mind, Thor can't do anything but have respect for women. I believe his sister beat the crap out of him in like the last movie.
Oh hella, yeah.
Yeah, she like
Yeah.
totally.
He better have respect for women after what she did to him.
She took his eye, so I was like,
She's the god of death, isn't she?
yeah.
Or like,
Yeah,
like you better respect her.
Ragnarok was the only way she could go.
Yeah.
Played by Kate Blanchett, who was awesome. But anyway, you ready to wrap this up, guys?
Yeah,
Wanna
let's wrap it up.
Alrighty.
Any last words?
Finish him.
Finish him.
Finish it.
Oh, yeah.
The merger is complete. Whatever
To
you
our
said.
listening audience,
Yep.
this is Justin. I'm being gestured at for the last words. A lot of pressure here.
You always give awesome last minute speeches.
Yeah.
though.
Man, or you find a game or something to play.
Yeah. Do. Okay. So last words. So Captain Marvel was released in March, obviously, Women's Month. So perfectly fitting. I think it ties into how last year Black Panther was released in February. Very fitting. Marvel's doing a great job with being socially aware, making great movies. There are, ups and downs to this movie. Personally, I enjoyed it. I thought it could have used a little bit more exposition, but I'm hoping that we'll get that for Captain Marvel's powers in the next installment, be it her next film or even an Endgame. That would be great. So, really looking forward to Endgame. And we here at Cool Nerds Unite, thank you for listening in to our fantastic episode here of Captain Marvel. And
In the words of our host Roger Walker, indeed.
Indubitably.
Yeah, this has been Amber Marie. You can find us on all social media sites, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Also, be sure to email us about what you liked about our show, what you didn't like about our show. We want to hear from you. Anything and everything. Anything you want to hear from future episodes. We want to hear from you. We might even give you a special shout out on one of the shows. So, sound off, everybody. Right, this is...
Roderick.
Oh yeah, feeling the beat.
I'm Justin.
And this is Amber Marie. And once again, we all like to say to you,
Stay
nerdy.
nerdy.
Stay